Hi, Bill Felber here with for CZAD with Dr. Juergen Richt, who's the CZAD director. Dr. Richt is recently back from Ukraine, where he and a CZAD delegation took part in various activities over there, and I wanted to visit with you about those, Dr. Richt. Tell us why CZAD went to Ukraine and what you were hoping to accomplish or what you were asked to do.
So we, Dr. Morozov, the science manager of CSAT, and myself are invited to participate at the annual meeting for the veterinary microbiologists in the Ukraine, which took place in the city of Odessa. And so we participated in this event, and Dr. Morozov talked about our new vaccines against highly pathogenic avian influenza. And I gave two talks, one on our efforts to develop a vaccine against African swine fever, which is very relevant for the Ukraine, and one talk on Rift Valley fever epidemiology and vaccine development.
Let's focus first on the African swine fever, if we can. What is the particular issue in Ukraine about that, and what can CSAD do to help that out?
So Ukraine has since several years cases of African swine fever in the feral and domestic pig population. And African swine is a virus which kills most feral and all domestic pigs within days of the infection. And this is an ongoing epidemic which started in 2007 in the Republic of Georgia, in the Caucasus region, and moved via Russia now from the eastern part to western former Soviet Union states, into the Ukraine, into Poland, into the Baltic states, and it's knocking on the door to Central Europe.
The avian influenza issue, CSAT has a role there as well. How serious is that, and are the Ukrainians receptive or interested in what we're doing in that regard?
So there are many issues this country has. Number one, there's a war with Russia.
Right.
And this puts a lot of economic burden onto the whole country and also the scientists. And especially American DETRA, Defense Threat Reduction Agency, and European organizations are in there in the Ukraine to help the scientists to continue with their work on animal and zoonotic pathogens. And just for an example, the people I talked to, they had, say, an income of $1,000 3 years ago, and it's now $1/3, $300. And the prices for the living expenses, for rent, etc., stayed the same. Now you can imagine under what economic strains these people are. And DETRA, U.S. The Defense Threat Reduction Agency, and other agencies are helping to support salaries of these scientists to maintain their scientific productivity and work to protect the Ukrainian agricultural systems against various pathogens. An important one is African swine fever. They recently also isolated highly pathogenic avian flu. They have still lots of problems with Yersinia pestis, with rabies, and a multitude of bacterial pathogens.
With the understanding that the security situation in the Ukraine is the paramount issue right now, assuming that's under control, is it reasonable to expect that CSAD's involvement with the ASF and the avian influenza and the Rift Valley fever situations there will be continued?
So they hope, the Ukrainian leadership talked to me, and they hope that we can educate some of their people here and show them what we do here to develop novel diagnostic tests, to develop novel vaccines against important animal and human pathogens, zoonotic pathogens. And also we hope in turn to maybe use some of their facilities, and there are two big veterinary institutions which were present at this conference. One is the Institute of Veterinary Medicine in Kiev, the capital, and the other one is the veterinary expert, I forgot the name, it's the big veterinary institute in Kharkiv, which is about 500 kilometers from Kiev. And so we hope to collaborate with them, and so we can test some of our diagnostic methods, novel diagnostic tools, specifically for African swine fever in their country.
Well, I know we all look forward to seeing how this develops and works out in the future. I appreciate your time. For CZAD, this is Bill Felber. Thank you.